Football season is back, boys. That means another season of NFL picks and the Nameless NFL show. We are back. If this is your first time here tuning into the show, we just talk about sports, any news updates that we need to mention, and then also make our predictions. What the fuck is that? That ain't a word. We also make our picks and predictions weekly for each and every game. If you want to join us in making picks and predictions, you can click the link in the description to join our ESPN Pigskin Pick'em League. There is no prize for the winner other than you get to say that you know ball, and who doesn't want to know ball? So make sure you go ahead and sign up. It's free of charge. It's not sponsored. ESPN, if you want to hit us up though. In fact, fuck that. We don't want them putting adverts in the middle of our show. Did you see that news about Red Zone? 7 hours of advertisement football. Anyway, ESPN, I'm sorry for talking shit. If you want to sponsor us, go ahead. But click the link down below. Join our Pick'em League. There's already a few people in there, so I love to see that. If this is your first time here, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you never miss a video when we drop. This is week 1 predictions. If you want to see our preseason predictions, who we think is going to win each division and the Super Bowl, you can check that video up on the channel. And if you want to see who we drafted in our NFL fantasy football teams, that video is also up on the channel. Make sure you check that. That was fun and exciting. Boys, who's fired up? Week 1 starts tonight. Cowboys against the Eagles. Knock on wood if you're with me. You know what I mean? Oh, that wasn't too loud. Oh, man. Let's get into it, though. Introducing the panel on my left. In fact, I should probably do myself first since I'm talking. I am Scott Winters. You can follow me on Twitter at Coach Winters. I am not a coach, but I talk like one on Twitter. Also, follow me over there if you enjoy gambling. Gamble responsibly, but I certainly don't. You can see my official picks for the season over there. I have 1 official play up already for the Cowboys game tonight. Possibly might have 2, depending how nice I'm feeling before kickoff. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, though. I'm trying to get a bit of more following over there. I represent the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. I have 2 teams. If you want to know why, ask me in the comments below, and I won't reply. To my left, we have Key, representing the 49ers. Key, how are you feeling getting into this season, man? What's your predictions for your team? And just how are we feeling? It's week 1.
Easy schedule. And also, Brock, I was going to say this a bit later, but Brock Purdy was left off the NFL top 100. I just feel like we need to discuss that, guys. That is insane.
Do you know what's crazy?
Concussion, Tagovailoa is on there, but Brock is not.
See, I don't know how common Brock actually is for a name in America, but in the UK, I don't think you'll be able to find a single person called Brock. Obviously, me and Key Crab being from the UK, but there was actually another Brock on the top 100 list, which I just thought was hilarious because outside of Brock Purdy and Brock Bowers, the only Brock I know was the pervert from Pokemon. But down below us, we have our boy Q-Stick representing the Green Bay Packers. Q, how are you feeling about week 1 of this NFL season? I mean, we spoke about it in our preseason predictions video, but give me the whole spiel anyway. Are you expecting Super Bowl? Because bear in mind, when we did our preseason predictions, there was one certain trade that had not happened yet. How are you feeling now? And what's your expectations for the Packers getting into the 2025 season?
Oh, man, dude, I'm so excited to watch this Packers team. There's so many talks about Micah Parsons, and I just completely blew him off because there have been so many years where we've just been in the talks for everybody and barely got anybody. And to see a guy of Micah's caliber stepping through the doors of Green Bay, it's going to be amazing to see. And let me tell you, dude, I'm so psyched for the season to start. I cannot tell you how excited I am for 53 men in tights to determine my mental health for the next 4 months.
Oh, that's so real. What's your expectations? And are you thinking Super Bowl for the Packers now?
I mean, it's called Title Town for a reason, isn't it? Look, I was trying to tamper my expectations a little bit at the beginning of the season before we got Micah, but with this edition, we're going to be just that much better as a team, and I truly think there's a world where we can go all the way this year.
Key, NFC rivals. Do you expect to see Q in the NFC Championship game? Do you expect to beat them and head to the Super Bowl? How are you feeling about your Niners? Some big players back from injury, some off-season acquisitions, and what's the opposite of acquisition when people leave? I don't even know. Departure. Is there a word for that? Departure? I guess, yeah, we'll go with that. Some off-season departures. How are you feeling about the Niners?
You know, we signed a couple decent wide receivers. We also, I don't know if it was today in America, I'm not too sure, or it might have been last night, but we also give Third and Juan an extra I think it was like $3 million in guarantees, or in incentives. So he's back. So it looks good. I'd love to see Q go all the way, honestly, but I'd also love to see the Niners go all the way even more.
What about the Cowboys?
Just for my good man Q, I can't tell you how I'd feel if the Cowboys went all the way. I'd be too happy, honestly, to see Dak Prescott with a little trophy up in the air like this. I can't tell you how happy I'd be, because I wouldn't.
Oh man, yeah. So that's their expectations for the NFC. Obviously, my NFC team being the Dallas Cowboys. Honestly, not too much expectations this season, but I'm looking forward to it still. You know, last season was rough as a Cowboys fan. But Dak Prescott's back. George Pickens is now there to help out CD Lamb, so CD's not getting triple covered every single play. The running back room, it's got me sounding like an owl right now. I looked at the running back depth chart before and I was like, who? I don't know who those guys are, but I'm hoping Jaden Blue, rookie we signed this year in the draft, I'm hoping he might be a breakout star. I like the sound of him. But on the other side in the AFC, my Super Bowl contenders, the real MVP, Lamar Jackson, 8 under the 9. That's an improper fraction. Talk to me nice, man. I think the Ravens are going to go all the way this year. Possibly could see those Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl in the big game. My underdog this year, actually, that I'm liking for the Super Bowl from the NFC is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I really fucking like the Buccaneers, and they have my Offensive Rookie of the Year pick on their squad now, so I'm hoping if he has a Rookie of the Year type season, because I've got a 5 on it, I might have 10 on it, gamble responsibly. If he has a Rookie of the Year type season, the Buccaneers, I think they'll win the division, make the playoffs, but I think they have a real chance to go far in the offseason. Some of my favorite players over there, Emeka Egbuka is, of course, the rookie I'm talking about from the Ohio State University. Levante David is like 36 now, but he's still an absolute dog over on the Tampa Bay defense. And I don't know why I'm talking about Tampa Bay so much. Let's get into the show, though. That's our preseason thoughts before we get to the week 1 predictions. One final thing before we get to the week 1 predictions. This past week, the NFL rounded out their top 100 list for 2024-5, however you want to call it. This is voted for by the players. I believe the votes are done before the Super Bowl, possibly even before the playoffs, but this is the top 10 list for the top 100. I want to see the boys' thoughts, see if they think anyone should be in this list, who isn't in this list, and who they would replace. Number 10 is Patrick Tatan. That's not his name. At number 10, we have Patrick Surtain II. Number 9, Justin Jefferson. Number 8, Myles Garrett. Number 7, Derrick Henry. Number 6, Joe Burrow. I'm smoking on Joe Burrow. Number 5, Patrick Mahomes. Number 4, Jamar Chase. Number 3, Josh Allen. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. And number 1, Saquon Barkley. They got Saquon Barkley. Boys, how we feel about the top 10? Is there anyone you think doesn't deserve to be in there? Who would you replace them with? Or what do you just think about the order of the top 10?
I'd make 2 changes. Not even changes, just a little swapsies. I would swap Pat and Joe Shiesty around. I think Joe Burrow is better than Pat this year. I think the Chiefs didn't really do much.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes. I thought you was talking about Patrick Surtain. My bad.
No. I'd move Pat Surtain up, actually.
Mm.
But I don't know.
It's a tough list, isn't it?
Surtain. I'd move Pat Surtain up to 9, move Jay Jettis to 10. I'd move Joe Burrow and Pat Mahomes. So Joe would be 5, Pat Mahomes would be 6. And I'd also move Josh Allen and Lamar. So Josh Allen would be 2, Lamar would be 3. That's how I think. Quarterback MVP, you know what I mean? Best quarterback in the league last year. 2nd best player.
According to a bunch of people who look like you and Josh. We know who made the votes for that. This was voted for by the players, so it is interesting to see the difference between the players' votes and obviously the AP votes for the actual like end of season awards. Like Patrick Surtain, like we say, he got defensive player of the year, but he's below Myles Garrett, who's a defensive player. So shouldn't that mean Myles Garrett's actually the defensive player of the year? But Q, what do you think about the top 10? Anyone you'd change or take out?
The whole rest of the list was just absolutely insane, but I think they did a pretty good job with this top 10 here. I think the only changes I'd make would to be swap the Patricks around, and I'd put Lamar as number one. Like I said before, that touchdown interception ratio was just insane. I don't care if I'm hyping it up too much. I still think it's a great stat, and we'll see. We'll see what happens again next season to see what the voters think. Because the players, you saw Lamar Jackson's intro, about 20 of them in a row were like, "Oh, Lamar's number one, no question." And no MVP, the best stats in the league. No MVP. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens again next year. But I think the top 10, you have the right 10. You can argue the order, but I think the right 10 are up there.
Yeah, honestly, I have to agree. I think that is probably the top 10 players in the NFL. Like, I wouldn't change anyone, like take anyone out of the top 10. The order, I probably would put PS2 higher. Jettis did have a down year for what it was worth, I did think. Myles Garrett had an insane year, but didn't Trey Hendrickson even get more sacks than Myles Garrett this year? And I know it's not just about like numbers and stuff, but I thought maybe even Trey might have made the top 10 because of him being the leading sack guy. I wonder who was the top 20 to 11, because that's something I don't have off the top of my head, and I want to see if there's anyone there I feel like should have maybe made it outside of the top 10. Who was 11th? 11th was
Well, I
TJ
know
Watt.
somebody who should have been.
DJ Watt, yeah.
I know somebody who should have been outside of the top 20.
Who you
Jared
going with?
Goff's goofy
Jared
ass
Goff.
at 15.
You don't think Jared Goff deserves top 15?
Fred Warner was 16. No,
Yeah, he was. He was the
Yeah.
top.
Jared Goff is barely a top 10 quarterback.
That's insane to say after last season.
He is. He's barely a top 10 quarterback.
He went for like 10,000 yards and
Fred
50
Warner
touchdowns
He's
last
the
year.
number one linebacker in the world.
In his career, maybe.
For what it's worth,
Q,
go on.
Q, is Jared Goff a top 10 quarterback in the league?
He's got a great system around him, man. That's my
See,
answer to that.
He still had to make the
And
throws,
that's not
though.
just because it's a rival. Yeah, of course. But that's what he's trained. It's his job, ain't it? That's his job.
Yeah, but you could say that for any player. It's his job to make tackles. For what it's worth, though, like I think the individual numbers don't matter too much, because Fred Warner, yeah, he was 16th on the list, but he's still the top rated inside linebacker on the list. You know, the only linebackers above him was TJ Watt, who's more of an outside edge rusher, you know, and outside of that, there was no other linebacker on the list. So you can still hold the crown. Fred Warner was the best linebacker in the league, the highest rated on the top 100. But, you know, I did find it interesting. No, this is voted for by the players, remember, too. So Jared Goff at 15, Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl MVP. Say what you will about that. He was 19th. He was 4 places lower than Jared Goff. And honestly, like, who you putting above Jared Goff in terms of the QBs from last season? Because above him on the list, we have, you know, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, the top 4 in the league. Okay, maybe you put JD5 above him on the list. I would probably say that. I wouldn't put Jalen Hurts above him. Jaden Daniels was down at 21st. I would probably put JD5 above Jared Goff, but I think that's a decent placement for Jared Goff after the season he had last year. You know, he had like, 3 different receivers with 1,000 yards or some crazy shit like that. The guy went crazy, bro, and I think we should put respect on Jared Goff. I don't like seeing the hate. He's a good guy too. I've been watching the quarterback documentary on Netflix, and he just seems like a funny guy, bro, to be around.
So don't we hate those around here? We just had a segment last episode about Josh Allen.
I love Josh Allen now. I can't lie. Josh Allen, after watching him on Hard Knocks and Bussing with the Boys, seeing a bit more of his character behind the scenes. I know right now the Bills are like the Ravens' #1 fucking arch enemy rival, but it's hard to hate Josh Allen. You know, it really is. He's got everything going for him. In fact, it's easy to hate him when you put it like that. 6'4", he's married to a beautiful woman. He's funny, he's handsome. He's got 1,500 acres of farmland or something.
Sounds like we're describing Q here.
It does apply. But that is the top 10 from the NFL top 100 list. Obviously, I'm putting Lamar Jackson #1. Saquon did have an insane year, though. And if he would have played that last game of the season, they obviously rested him for the Super Bowl and the playoffs. But who knows, man? He could have broke that record if he played that last game against the Giants. Shall we get into then our week 1 picks? It's the first week of the NFL season. We kick off tonight opening game of the season. My prediction here is that this is going to be the most viewed NFL game of all time, not including the Super Bowl. I think this is just prime time for the NFL to have eyes on them. Philadelphia Eagles host the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tough week to make predictions. All of these are divisional games as we go through them. So it has been a very tough week. Some of these games were so 50-50 for me in my picks. But I don't want to start for this one because I feel like I'm going to yap on for way too long about this matchup. So Q, we'll throw it to you. Who you taking? Eagles, Cowboys?
I'm going Eagles by 30. Probably not 30, but this Eagles team, defending Super Bowl champions, or as they want to be known as, they don't want to be known as repeat Super Bowl champions, or they don't want to be known as last year's defenders. So I'll just say this, random group of guys that hasn't proved anything ever. I think they're going to go in and beat the crap out of Dallas. I think Dallas has got a good offense, and they're probably going to be their best half of the team. But oh my gosh, the Eagles defense, you saw it in the Super Bowl. You're probably going to see it more tonight. Just absolutely feasting on the opposition, and I got Eagles coming out on top easily.
I couldn't agree more. I think I'd love to say Dallas with the new stop the run game tactics will do well against Saquon, but you just lost your best defender, to be honest. So I don't want to say I like Dallas's offense because I don't, but I don't mind it. I think they'll put up a good amount of points, but again, Philly's defense is incredible. Even not just talking about the offense, Philly's defense is incredible, and you could have anybody, you could have a hot dog behind their O-line and they're still going to score points. So I think, like you said, it's a blowout.
Yeah, I am scared of the potential blowouts in this game. The line on the gambling keeps moving. I think it opened at 7-point favorites, the Eagles. As of recording right now, it's now 8.5. So the line is moving aggressively, which does really scare me. But at the same time, that Eagles team, where's the weak point? There isn't one. The O-line, probably the greatest O-line of all time. Saquon Barkley behind that O-line is a cheat code. Jalen Hurts. You know what I think about Jalen Hurts if you watched our videos last year. Did you see this guy, by the way, on his screensaver on his phone? Even though they've just won the Super Bowl, his screensaver is the Super Bowl loss. It's a picture of him during the Super Bowl loss to remind him of times. This guy is so corny, bro. He's the Jason Tatum of the NFL. Jalen Hurts is the Jason Tatum of the NFL. Fuck out of here with that bullshit, bro. We've got the AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. What a wide receiver pairing that is for the Eagles. The defense, like we say, ridiculous. Last year, they had the two rookies at cornerback, Quintanamo Bay, Cooper DeJean, cool white boy over there. He was insane. The D-line for the Eagles, ridiculous. They did lose a few pieces in this offseason. Why is my camera quality drop like this, bro? Hold on. My camera's in fucking 320p right now. Let me just check. So where's the weak point in this team? They don't really have one. They did lose a few big pieces. Josh Sweat off the D-line, he went across to Arizona, but then they brought in Jihad Campbell, who can play outside linebacker from, I think he's from Georgia, maybe. I don't even know. Maybe don't even quote me on that, but he's a dog right there.
Alabama,
there we go. I was close. I don't know. I don't know the geography of America or colleges. I don't even know why I tried to say what college he was from. But yeah, man, that Eagles team is ridiculous. They lost big play Slay, though. Darius Slay, that was a big loss. They lost CJ Gardner-Johnson. They lost Oren Burks, too. Now, one of the big players for them last year on that defense that I really liked was Nakobe Dean. He went out injured in the Green Bay game in the playoffs. They brought in Oren Burks, and he was just class. So that says to me that it's a real system defense right there. And like he said with the offense, whoever's running behind, it's going to get yards. A bit like that with the defense, it seems. Whoever just jumps into that defense is going to be good. One thing to note about the Eagles, they did lose Kellen Moore, who was their offensive coordinator and play caller. He is now the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. The new guy who's been promoted to the offensive coordinator and play caller for the Eagles was their passing game coordinator from last year. So will we see more passing plays called this year? I'm hoping so, because Just watching them run the ball every single play was so annoying, especially with those big receivers out there, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. Will we see more passing plays? Can Jalen Hurts make those plays? That's what I'm hoping to see. As for the Cowboys, the big trade, Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. It's a big blow, man. You know what I mean? It's a big blow. That's like the face of our team. Outside of Dak and CD, it's Micah, you know? So to get Kenny Clark in there, yeah, we do need to stop the run. We were so bad last year for stopping the run. I think, not that we'll still be good and have the production of a Micah Parsons, because we won't. But we brought in Dante Fowler Jr., who's a player that I like. I think he had 10 sacks last year. Drafted an outside linebacker too, Eze Raku, I want to say his name is. Hopefully he can have a good rookie year. It's not going to be Micah Parsons. It's not going to be pretty, but still, the cornerback room scares me for the Cowboys. Again, I sound like an owl when I'm looking at our cornerback room. Like, who? We just extended Deron Bland, but I think he might be injured. The other guy on the other side's injured too. Who the hell's going to start against these big receivers and the new Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator, who's a passing game coordinator? It could be scary, and it could be Jalen Hurts' arm that wins them this game. Never thought I would say that about the Philadelphia Eagles, that it's going to be Jalen Hurts' arm that wins the game. Because when have we ever seen that? Never. So, with that being said, let's look at the Dallas offense. I know this is a long one. It's not going to be this long for all the other fixtures, but this is my team. I need to talk about it. We brought in George Pickens. Dak Prescott's going to be back healthy. We've got a new offensive line, Tyler Booker in round 1 to fill in that right guard spot. Jake Ferguson at tight end. Keep an eye on him. I think his betting line right now is 32.5 yards. He's easily going over that. Take the over. Gamble responsibly, but take the over. CD, George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, Owl, running back room. Who? I don't know. I don't care. Dak's going to win this game. If anyone is going to win this game, it's going to be Dak Prescott. We talk about Jalen Hurts winning it with his arm. Let's see what Dak Prescott can do against this defense. With that being said, my pick's the Philadelphia Eagles. Psych. It's week 1. You think I'm not backing my team? The Dallas Cowboys are going to win an upset in the Eagles' home stadium. They're going to shoot those birds out the sky. Dak Prescott, CD Lamb. Give me that. It's a controversial one to start the season, and I'm going 0-1 on my first NFL pick of the season, but I don't care. I never bet against my team. Give me the Cowboys. That was long-winded, and I apologize, but it's week 1. I'm fired up. Knock on wood if you're with me. Let's go. Next game is live in Brazil. It's going to be live on YouTube, I believe. You can watch this game for free over on YouTube. It's the LA Chargers against the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know what the temperature is like in Brazil, or the humidity, or how that affects a football game. I think, did the Packers play in Brazil last year?
Yep.
So I don't know how this game, or like the temperature, the climate might affect this game plan. Are they going to not run the ball as much because the running backs are going to be fucking knackered and sweating? I don't know. Key, who you taking for this one?
This is a bit of a sticky one, because the Chiefs really weren't that good last year. And I know the Chargers aren't really that good either. But Lad McConaughey, Ladidi McConaughey, and obviously Justin Herbert. As much as I dislike Justin Herbert because he just doesn't show up in big games, it's really, it says on the Pigskin Pick'em League that 79% of people took the Chiefs. But I think it should be closer than that, honestly. That might just be all the Taylor Swift fans. I respect it. But
Congratulations, by the way.
Today we're going to be shaking it off because I'm taking the Chiefs too. I don't think the Chargers win it, but I think it should be closer than what it is.
You had me in the first half, not going to lie. I thought you were going Chargers there. Q, who you got?
Man, I want to make things different, but it's really the Chiefs who, they didn't play well, but they did make their way to the Super Bowl. Good for them. But it's the Chiefs versus Justin Herbert and Ladidi. And I think 53 is greater than 2. So I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs on this one.
Fairs. Q said he wanted to be different, but he couldn't be. Let me be different. I'm picking the LA Chargers. I'm feeling fired up. I want to see Omarion Hampton, the rookie, who's going to be their starting running back for this game with Najee Harris injured. You know Harbaugh loves to run the rock. He loves to pound that thing. You know he does. Omarion
Just like
Hampton.
me, for real.
Omarion Hampton is set up for a breakout rookie season, in my opinion, in this team. Yeah, the Chiefs are great. They did have a bad year last year, but they are great. They are champions. They are winners. Do I expect them to bounce back this year? Absolutely. Will Travis Kelce have a bounce back season after a terrible year last year? Even if he doesn't, their backup tight end, Noah Gray, he was balling out last year in place of Travis Kelce when he wasn't. So, and the Chiefs defense, Chris Jones is in there. He was just 12th, I think, on the top 100 list, maybe, or 13th. Great players all around, great coaches. Spags, obviously defensive coordinator. Patrick Mahomes never bet against 15, but with that being said, I'm picking the LA Chargers. Justin Herbert, Ladidi McConkey, Omarion Hampton. I drafted Omarion Hampton in our NFL fantasy draft, which is more so reason I'm betting on the Chargers. I'm betting on the Chargers. I'm going Chargers. Let me make it different. 21%, like he said, on the pick'em. That is crazy. I did actually think it would be a lot closer than that too. I think in the sports books, they have the Chiefs as only 3-point favorites. So it should be a good game. It should be a close one. I'm starting off the season with two absolute bangers. Cowboys, Eagles, Chiefs, Chargers. Moving on. Another game that's an absolute fucking banger. Sorry for the language. If you're watching this with your parents, I don't give a fuck. We're moving on. Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Atlanta Falcons. You want to talk about week one matchups getting me fired up? This is one right here that has got me feeling nicey. The Buccaneers against the Falcons. It's at the Falcons ground. I said in the intro, the Buccaneers are a sleeper pick for me to make the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. Not to make the playoffs because I think they'll win the division, but a sleeper pick for the Super Bowl. I think they have all the pieces there to go ahead and do it. Baker Mayfield, dog. Mike Evans, Amika Egbuka, dog. Bucky Irvin, and Key's favourite running back, White. Two dogs in the backfield. The defense, solid too. Vita Vea on the D-line. Forget running the ball against him, Bijan Robinson. That's a serious headache right there. I'm going with the Buccaneers for this one. Even though I love the Falcons, you guys know how much I love the Falcons. Michael Penix Jr., Drake London, absolute dog, Bijan Robinson. That trio right there might be my favorite running back, receiver, QB trio in the league. Unless I'm forgetting anyone. But that trio right there might be my favorite trio in the league, honestly. So I love the Falcons. They've made some pickups on the defense, but I'm going with the Buccaneers for this one. Key, who you got?
If you look back on last year, on all the episodes from last year, I was a big Buccaneers guy. I still am. I like Baker. I like Mike Evans. Is Chris Godwin back?
I think he might still be injured.
Godwin.
Yeah, I'm Godwin. Yeah, sorry. I think, yeah, if he comes back, I think same as Scott. I think they'll
We?
Who's we? I think they'll go quite far. I really do. I think they'll easily win their division. But again, I feel like it should be closer. I don't think the Falcons are that bad.
Yeah, the pick'em's crazy there. It's 83% to the Bucs, 17% to the Falcons. That's crazy.
So, I think it should be closer again. I don't think it should be 50-50, but I think it should be 60-40. I wouldn't mind it. But no cake, no crab. I'm taking the Buccaneers.
Oh, Q, what's your thoughts on Buccaneers at Falcons?
I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I think this Falcons team is going to go way past a lot of people's expectations this year. I expect them to mesh together well and just be a great team later in the year. But that's later in the year. I think they're going to need to really figure things out to start the season. And I'm also going to go with the Bucs just because they've proven that they can do it longer. And, I think they're going to we talked about how it should be 50-50 in the picks. Spoiler for later in the season, that's probably how I see their 2-game series going, 50-50. But yeah, I'm going Bucs this time, and then we'll see how the Falcons can grow from here.
Yeah, I like that. Like you say, the Bucs offense and defense have been together for, just a longer time. The Falcons drafted 2 linebackers to try and improve their pass rush and just improve the whole defense. But will the Falcons, like you say, be able to mesh instantly? Michael Penix coming in his first year as a starter, I do think he will be an absolute dog, but we could see a repeat of last year's Cincinnati Bengals, where that offense goes crazy and the defense just isn't quite there yet. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. But that is the first fixture out of 3 that we've all agreed on. Moving on, I do think this is another one that we're all going to agree on. It's the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. I'm picking the Cleveland Browns. Perfect timing. Oh, wait, Shador's not starting. I'm going with the Bengals. Fuck out of here. I'm going with the Bengals. Give me the Bengals. Q, who you got for this one?
I also got the Bengals. I don't think the Browns are going to be able to do much this season. Unless we get another Jerry Jeudy masterclass out of nowhere, I don't think the Browns are going to be doing anything this year. I'm going with the Bengals, and hopefully they can start getting their defense together. But if they can't get it together this game, I am very terrified for what the rest of the season is going to look like.
If the Bengals have the defense sorted, I could see them going all the way. I still dream about Joe Burrow lifting up the Vince Lombardi. But if the defense is good, then they'll be incredible. They're obviously offensively they're a force. Defensively, the Dallas without Micah, they're just not very good. The way I've been saying that the pigskin pick'em has been a little too one-sided. I think this one should be more one-sided. This is 93% Bengals, 7% Browns, Cleveland Browns. I think it should be 100% Bengals, honestly, because I'm picking the Bengals.
Why did you clarify Cleveland?
Because every time I say Browns, somebody makes a kerfuffle.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't get how it's 93%. I thought it'd be way more. Also, the sports books, the spread for this game is only Bengals -5. Gimme that. That's a unit play right there. -5. I think the Bengals are going to absolutely cook these bums. I might even take an alternate spread and go up to, like, I don't know, 13. I think the Bengals beat the Browns by at least 2 tuds right now in this game. -5 is crazy. I don't know what Vegas know that I don't. Yeah, the Browns defense is great. Denzel Ward, absolute dog at cornerback. Myles Garrett, obviously on that defensive line, he's paid and he's a dog. And that Bengals O-line, I mean, okay, that could be the reason why the spread's -5 actually, because Myles Garrett against that O-line, he might have 5.5 sacks, never mind 5.5 points on the spread. You know, those big ass bodies on the O-line can't even block the sun out Joe Burrow's eyes. We're all going Bengals though. Let's move on. Cleveland Browns. So, I mean, speaking of people getting sacks, the Browns have fucking 45-year-old Joe Flacco in the pocket against Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart, first round rookie out of the draft, who's finally signed his contract, missed all the training camp. But it's going to be an absolute statue there in the pocket that they can go and hit. And who knows, God forbid, I would never wish an injury on someone. If Flacco goes down injured, who is the second string that comes in? They told me bust down my AP, perfect timing. I've got Joe Flacco getting injured in the first, Shador coming in and winning the game for the Browns. That's a dream fantasy though. Let's move on to the next game, which is one of the games that I think was very hard to pick. Very 50-50 for me, even though the pigskin pick'em has it 78% to the away team. It's the Miami Dolphins at the Indianapolis Colts. Q, who you got for this one? We'll start with you, bro.
I got the Dolphins, and it's not so much about what they're doing good, it's about what the Colts are doing bad. I don't know why they've given up on Anthony Richardson. Like, yeah, he's had some not great times in his first couple seasons, but he's also still, he's been in the league, 2 years now, and he's still one of the youngest. Like, he's younger than Jaden Daniels. He's younger than all these guys that are, like, just getting into the league still. And he still has so much room to develop. And what, like, if you have this team right now, what are you going to do? Are you going to throw out this young guy who still has had some mistakes, has had some not great games, but has all the potential in the world? Or are you going to start Daniel Jones? Are you going to make Indiana Jones a real thing this season?
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
I hope not.
That's amazing.
It's just terrible.
I love that.
Absolutely terrible.
Indiana Jones, that's class.
Dude, Indiana Jones, his ceiling is here. And everybody else's head in the organization is above the ceiling. Do you see this visual representation? He's going to drag that team down so bad. I feel for guys like Quentin Nelson and Jonathan Taylor because they're so good, but they're going to be just dragged down by Indiana Jones. And Give me the Dolphins in this one, man.
This is the first non-divisional game of the weekend too, isn't it? I just noticed that there's a lot. I thought everyone was playing a division rival this week, but I guess not. Key, who you got?
I don't want you guys to think that my pick was based on anything other than my NFL fantasy draft. I did in fact take Tyreek and Achan. So with that being said, I want to take the Miami Dolphins. Sorry, I can't even speak. I want to take the Miami Dolphins. Definitely nothing about Daniel Jones being the starting quarterback for the Colts. But Tom, you're welcome. Honestly, you're welcome for them taking them off your hands.
Tom, by the way, is our fourth member of the little crew who's also in our fantasy draft. He's a New York Giants fan, just to clarify there, break the fourth wall.
Isn't Anthony Richardson injured also?
Nah, he got injured, but he's fine now.
Oh, he's still starting Daniel Jones.
That injury was probably the reason why they are starting Daniel Jones. He got injured because he didn't pick up a blitz. I think it was against the Ravens, actually, in preseason. Very, rookie stuff for a QB to not recognize that blitz, pick it up. He just got blinds. Well, not even blindsided. It came from his fucking good side. But it's Anthony Richardson. Does he even have a good side? I don't know. But, in fact, let me not be too harsh because the kid's definitely got talent. But that is rookie stuff right there. You've got to pick that shit up. He didn't. For my pick, I'm also going with the Dolphins. I think that offense is just way too high-powered. Tyreek Hill, I do expect him to have a bounce-back year. Devon Achane is just, he's a great back. Can Tua stay healthy, though? I keep saying knock on wood if you're with me, but if you knock on wood, if you accidentally knock on his helmet instead by accident, thinking it's made of wood, he might just, end his career right there, bro. So I think he's one concussion away from retirement, honestly, jokes aside. So he needs to keep himself healthy and out of the danger zone. But I'm going with the Dolphins to win. Keep an eye, though, on number 87 for the Colts. I've just made that up. I don't know if that's his number. Rookie first rounder, Tyler Warren. I think he could have a Brock Bowers type season in this Colts offense. Daniel Jones, yeah, he's a shaky QB. But what's a good option for a shaky QB? Having a big body out there that even when you're under pressure, you can still see his head over the defenders. I expect a lot of receptions this year for Tyler Warren, and I'm very bullish on him. I might take him for an anytime touchdown in this game. We'll have to wait and see. Probably will not waste any money on Dolphins versus Colts, though. There's other ways to spend your money that's probably better than doing that. Next game, this one's got me feeling nicey. I think this is an exciting game to see. Las Vegas Raiders at the New England Patriots. Key, do you want to kick us off with this one?
This one might be the one that me and Q disagree on. I feel like me and Q have been in the same mindset, the same picks for the first couple. I think this is going to be one we disagree on. I'm a big Brock Bowers fan. I think putting Geno at QB, giving him a competent I don't want to say competent because he's not competent, but he's good. So
he's definitely competent.
Good. Yeah, well, he's not. He's
not incompetent.
He's an ex-Seahawk. He's an ex-Seahawk. I can't give him any props. But now that he's not a Seahawk, I can actually. But Geno, he's good. I think giving Brock Bowers somebody that can actually throw the ball is dangerous. So I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders. That's my pick.
I like it. This is the closest one so far by far on the ESPN Pick'em. It's 46% Raiders, 54% Patriots. Q, which side of that percentage do you lie on?
Well, Key, we're going to keep sticking in the same boat here because I'm also picking the Raiders and for pretty similar reasons. Plus, I can actually be one to give Geno Smith his props. He totally revitalized his career in Seattle, and I think he's very deserving of the starting spot on the Raiders. And I think, you talk about how, the system in Seattle versus what he's got on the Raiders, I think it's very, the talent level's very similar. And I think he can lead this team to pretty good things this year. Plus, I don't know if this is just my problem or what the deal is, but I'm not as high on the Patriots as damn near every other talking head in the NFL is. They got a couple decent guys in the draft. I'm excited about Will Campbell, but outside of Travion Henderson and Stephon Diggs, who do they have on that offense that can really help out a whole lot? Because I looked at their depth chart and truly I'm not seeing a whole lot. So But as long as they can keep Drake May upright and not running for his life, I think they'll be all right this season. But I still think Vegas is going to come out on top in this one.
Well, boys, I honestly thought you two would both go Patriots for this one, because I've also picked the Raiders. I thought this was a nice underdog spot to buy into, and I thought this was going to be a play that would be like, oh, okay, I like it, but you two have also gone with the Raiders. Originally, I did have the Patriots picked for this game. It's at the Patriots ground too, so maybe I flip right now and say Patriots to be different, but I am one of those talking heads that Q mentioned that's very high on the Patriots this year. With Vrabel coming in as the head coach, he doesn't play around, man. That guy, he gets shit done, you know? This guy said he would cut off his own units to win a Super Bowl.
Johnson.
That's some dedication. He would cut off his own Dwayne Johnson to win a Super Bowl. That's some serious commitments. And now he's a head coach at the Patriots, obviously ex-Patriot player himself. I do like Vrabes. I do like Drake May at the quarterback position. Like Hugh said, can they stop him from being under pressure and having to run around too much? They bring in Will Campbell, 4th overall in the draft, I believe. He was crying on stage, so happy to be a Patriot, and that's what we love to see from football players, dedication and heart and commitment. I am very high on the Patriots myself. Travion Henderson in the backfield, he's supposedly a dog from everything I've heard in training camp. But with that being said, and they've got Christian Gonzalez on defense, are you kidding me? I love that guy. I love saying his name. Objectively, top 3 name in the league. Christian Gonzalez. That's just a cool ass name, bro. And he's got the skills to back it up. With that being said, though, the Raiders, they bring in Ashton Genty. This guy's sick. If you watch him in the backfield, he stands up straight. I've never seen that before in my life. Geno Smith, I'm not as high on Geno Smith as you two sound like you are. I don't know if Geno Smith is the guy to lead this Raiders offense forward. Pete Carroll, obviously now leading this Raider team. And I love it. The picture of Geno with the fingers up to the crowd with Pete Carroll and them in the background, that just screams Raider energy to me. And I think the difference maker right here in this game is going to be Max Crosby. I personally think Max Crosby is set up this year to have a defensive player of the year type season. I've got 10 on it. Give me the Raiders against the Patriots, but I will not be mad if the Patriots win this game. And I do honestly see this game going either way. I'm probably going to leave it off the parlay. It's that close. Moving on. Arizona Cardinals at the New Orleans Saints. Big changes this season for the Saints. A lot of players leaving, a lot of players coming in. A very old team. Demario Davis is still there. I remember Demario Davis playing 10, 15 years ago. I think he's in like year 14 now. He's like 36. They had Tyrann Mathieu in there too. He's just retired. How are they going to replace his experience level in that team? Kellen Moore is coming in as the new head coach, the offensive coordinator of last year's Philadelphia Eagles. That gives me some hope for the Saints. I think the Saints are hopeless because their quarterback room is shambles. You may as well get one of us 3 to play quarterback for the Saints this year. But with Kellen Moore coming in, you saw what he did last year in the run game for the Eagles. The Saints have a solid O-line. They've got Alvin Kamara in the backfield. He could carry the ball 50 times a game in this offense. I don't know if he'll have the stamina for that, especially at 30-odd years old. But I like the Saints. I don't like the QB room, though. And at the end of the day, it's the quarterback that can win your games. So with that being said, give me the Arizona Cardinals. 91% on the pick'em. 6.5 favorites in the spread. And I think it could be even more than 6.5 come full time. It's going to be a long season for the Saints. And I think they could genuinely go 0-17. Key, who you taking for this one?
I'm not the biggest fan of the Cardinals. Honestly, I like Marvin Harrison Jr. I like him. I think he's good. I'm not the biggest fan of Kyler Murray. And it's nothing to do with his size. Nothing like that.
He is smaller than all 3 of us.
At the same height.
Oh, no.
Me and him at the same height.
Oh.
Isn't he 5'10"?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, me and him at the same height. It's not. I'm not heightist. I just think, wow, too little. But I don't think the Saints really have anything going for them, other than obviously Alvin Kamara. But literally, other than that, I couldn't. Like you said, I can see them going 0-17. But honestly, I don't think the Cardinals are going to be much better. I don't think the Cardinals are going to do that well this year. But this might be one of the only few times that I take them. Because I'm going to pick the Cardinals
I am quite high up on the Cardinals, to be fair. I obviously got Trey McBride in my fantasy team. I've actually brought in the Cardinals defense to my fantasy football team. They picked up Josh Sweat this year, who I think is going to get quite a few sacks, especially this week 1 against this Saints team. The Saints O-line is solid though, but that quarterback, I don't even know who's the starter. Is it Spencer Rattler? Was he named starter? Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Q, who you taking? Put the Saints out of the misery.
Yeah, I'm gonna deliver the kill shot here. It's got to be the Cardinals again, and it's another instance of it's not what the Cardinals are doing good; it's what the Saints are doing bad, which is literally everything. How the mighty have fallen from those Breeze days, man. It's just like you go from one of the greatest of all time to one of the worst of all time, and there's no coming back from that this season, I don't think. I hope they keep Kellen Moore because he's a brilliant offensive mind, but his team this year is not going to win a lot of games. And we'll see what that does for the hot seat coming at the end of the season. But yeah, Cardinals by a million in this one. It is not going to be close, I don't think.
Yeah, it is a shame to see, like you say, how the mighty have fallen. I think the Saints got in salary cap trouble, so for the seasons they've just been struggling to bring anyone in. And again, their team is just old. Everyone's just getting old. They've just brought in Brandon Cooks, bringing him home. He's like 32 now too. I don't know what they're doing over there. But then they've got a young quarterback room. But then at the same time, they brought in Tyler Shuff in the draft, who's supposedly supposed to be their future. I found out today, in September, Tyler Shuff turns 26. He's a rookie, turning 26. What the hell's he been doing? They've got one guy there in the QB room who's never played in the NFL before. They've got 2 other guys in the QB room who've never won a game in the NFL before. And they have the potential this season to keep that record intact of never winning a game in the NFL. This could be a mess of a season for Saints fans. And I feel bad because Saints fans are good people. I remember back in the day, I used to have Drew Brees, Mike Thomas, and Alvin Kamara in my fantasy football team. I always kept up with the New Orleans Saints. They had some cold unis too, the Color Rush unis back in the day for the Saints. Absolutely beautiful. The Saints deserve better. They're going to go 0-17 and get Archie Manning in the draft next year with the first overall pick. But let's move on to another game, which I'm excited to see what you boys say about this one. It's 88% in the pick'em, but I think this could be a lot closer than the pick'em says. Pittsburgh Steelers against the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers against his old team. Aaron Glenn is now the head coach of this Jets team. Defensive mind, defensive coordinator last year for the Detroit Lions. Great mind. I think that Jets unit is going to be great on the defense, and he is going to be able to scheme up some shit to ruin Aaron Rodgers' day. Because like I mentioned with Joe Flacco before, I'm sorry, but A-Rod is another statue in the pocket just waiting to get hit. With that being said, I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game. Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf, can they win this game? I don't know, but all they need to do is show up. They don't need to win this game because the fact that will win this game for the Steelers is their defense. The defense is great. The pickups that they've made, they've got TJ Watt, who's out there balling every single year. They brought in Darius Slay. That's a big player right there. I do really fuck with Darius Slay. But that Pittsburgh Steelers defense, man, we could be seeing a return of the steel curtain. I like it, and I'm going with the Steelers against the Jets. Q, who you got?
I got the same team, and for the same reasons, man. It's going to be tough watching Aaron Rodgers. I think it's going to be his final year. I'm really going to miss that guy. He's done so much for my team, not as much for the Jets, and we'll see what he can do for the Steelers here. But yeah, him and DK Metcalf just need to show up. I think the Jets losing DJ Reed to the Lions, I think, was a big piece they lost this year. And now that he's off the Bears, I can say this. I want Justin Fields to do good in the league, but he hasn't done a whole lot of good. And against the Steelers defense, I don't know how much good he's going to do today. And honestly, what do you guys think? Do you think the Steelers offense or defense is going to score more points in this game? Because it's looking to be like one of those types of games.
Yeah, I think the over-under for this on the sports books is like 38.5. That is disgusting. I think that's the lowest points total for the week. This game could literally end 3-0. A little Harrison Butker, or whoever the fuck the kicker is, field goal. There's a little one field goal to win it. Chris Boswell. That's the name I had on my tongue. This game could literally be disgusting. I think it genuinely is the lowest points total of the whole week. It is 38.5. That is vile. Even the Saints game is 43.5. This is going to be a disgusting game. Definitely not watching this one, I'll tell you that, for free. Key, who you taking?
It's going to be a fantastic threesome of picks from us because I'm taking the Steelers too. I think...
Say that again.
Adding
Sorry, I'm going to have to put the meme up, cut one of his fingers off.
Yeah.
My granny called, she said, Travis, you work too hard. I'm worried you forget about me.
Adding A-Rod to this team, I think, obviously, like you said, the defense is incredible. The offense is also, it's there. I just think Aaron Rodgers pushes it to that extra limit with his, obviously, his veteran leadership and his talent. I don't think he's obviously not as good as he used to be, but I think he can still do damage. I think he can still put it all out there. And with the DK Metcalf targets this year, I think they're going to do very well. I don't think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a blowout, like the Dallas-Philly game, honestly.
Why do I keep catching Dallas strays here? That's the second time now. He's just saying fuck the Cowboys for no reason. Only reason I think it's going to be low scoring is, how is A-Rod going to play? That Steelers defense against Justin Fields is going to be rough for him. But then also Aaron Glenn is the head coach now for the Jets, a defensive mind. I think he's going to have that defense plotted to stop A-Rod because he knows he's not going anywhere. You don't need to watch out and put a spy on the QB at any point because he's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? If he takes off, the plane's coming straight back down on landing, bro. You know what I mean? The plane's not even leaving the runway if he takes off. But that's 3 for the Steelers. Moving on to the next game, a division rival game. The New York Giants, our boy Tom, I know he's going to pick his Giants, but they travel to play the Washington Commanders. Give me Commanders. It's as simple as that. JD5, Scary Terry, the defense, Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner, dogs. Give me the Commanders. But I am excited to see Russell Wilson thrown to Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is going to have an absolutely unbelievable season. But I'm taking the Commanders. Key, who you got?
The Giants' defense is great, and I think it can do a lot. But I don't think the offense is there yet. I think they need more. I feel like it's like the Chargers, like Q said, it's like 53 versus 2. I think it literally is just like Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors. That's their whole offense in a nutshell. And obviously without Saquon, it's a bit stinky. So I'm taking the Commanders too.
I think this Giants offense is going to do a little bit better than people are thinking. I'm really excited to see Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors going off every game, putting up like 100 yards, 3 touchdowns a game, still losing 21-45 every week. I'm going with the Commanders on this one. I'm excited to see what Malik Neighbors can do, but he doesn't go out there on defense, and I don't know outside of their pass rush what they can do over there. So I'm going with the Commanders on this one.
Yeah, definitely important to note that Giants D-line, Sexy Dexy over there. They've just brought in Abdul Carter, first round draft pick. They've got Thibodeau as well on that pass rush that could cause problems for JD5. But unlike, the Aaron Rodgers and the Joe Flacco's of the world, if pressure comes at JD5, he can just take off and the plane ain't landing until they get to the end zone once he takes off. Can that Commanders O-line keep the Giants D-line in check? It's going to be interesting to see. And like we say, Malik Neighbors, look at his numbers last year. What did he get? Like 1,200 yards in his rookie year with about like 5 different quarterbacks. The guy's a dog. It doesn't matter who's throwing to him. He went crazy last season. And this year, having the consistency at the QB spot. Will it even be consistency at the QB spot? The Giants, I don't know what they did to deserve this schedule because they have been shafted with their schedule and they could be 0-6 and the Giants say, you know what? Russ, thanks, but it's time to go. And Jameis Winston's there to step in. Other rookie Jackson Dart is there to step in. Jackson Dart, from what I've heard in their training camp, an absolute dog. So, going to be interesting to see what the Giants do at the quarterback. It's going to be interesting to see. Take 3. Fuck. It's going to be interesting to see what the Giants do at the quarterback position this season. Knock on wood if you're with me. Let's move on to the next game. It's the Carolina Panthers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. This one, I'm excited for this game. I'm definitely going to watch this one. I think it'll be a high-scoring affair. Bryce Young with another year of experience under his belt coming into the season. Now, he's going to be the starter for the full season. I don't expect to see Andy Dalton come in at any point like he did last year. He's got a new weapon out there, Tetairoa McMillan, big body wide receiver from Cali. The Cali to Cali link-up is going to be special to watch this season. I think T-Mac has the potential for a Rookie of the Year type season. Other side, he's got Xavier Legette. Seems like a great, funny guy. Not a great footballer, though. He needs to work on his hands. He's a wide receiver who can't catch the ball. Come on now. That's like your only job. It's like a chef who can't cook. What the fuck? You know what I mean? With that being said, I don't like the Panthers defense, and I'm not entirely convinced on that Panthers offense. I'm picking the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, I'm not convinced about him, but you've got BTJ, you've got Travis Hunter. I want to see Travis Hunter play both ways. This is going to be an electrifying game to watch, and I'm taking the Jaguars at home. Duval. Q, who you taking for this game?
Man, I so want to be different, but I just can't help myself with this Jaguars team, man. I'm getting excited for the Jags this year. We'll see how that opinion comes towards playoff time. But I'm really excited to see what they can do this year. This is probably Trevor Lawrence's last chance before they start looking at different options because he just hasn't shown the potential that he had as the number 1 overall pick. But this is definitely his best chance to do that. He's got BTJ, he's got Travis Hunter who plays on both sides of the ball. They've been doing a lot. They revamped their entire organization pretty much, all the way from GM to probably new janitors. They've just been doing a complete rehaul of this team, and I'm excited to see what they can do this year. I'm going Jaguars over Panthers in this one.
Who do the Jags have in the backfield?
Travis Etienne.
That's right. In my head, Leonard Fournette's still there, but that was years ago.
Oh my God.
That's how long it's been since I've paid attention to the Jags. But now I'm paying attention.
Didn't Leonard Fournette win with Brady in Tampa Bay?
In Tampa, yeah.
Unfortunately.
He got drafted by the Jags, though.
Gotta get a Brady comment in there just to spike you. It's like throwing blessed water on a demon. He just burns.
Oh, but
holy water.
That's how long it's been since I've paid attention to the Jags, though.
Hey, I mean, you saw what he said about A-Rod, right? I know who my goat is.
Hey, he said, yeah, what did he say? He's the best thrower of a ball of all time? Something like that. That's high praise from a man with how many rings? Anyway, Key, have you made your pick for this one?
Too many.
Did I go cute? All right.
Too many. I don't really have much to say about this one. The Panthers defense sucks. The Panthers offense isn't too... It doesn't scream at me. It doesn't scream wins. It doesn't scream points. I like Bryce Young. Is it Brian Thomas Jr.? I like him.
That's the Jags.
Oh wait, yeah, never mind. Sorry.
You drafted him in fantasy too. Where are we going here?
Sorry.
Where are we going here?
I said.
So you did get your fantasy shortlist from ChatGPT?
No.
Because you don't even know BTJ.
I did not, guys. I did not. I meant to say that later. Sorry, I have it in my notes. Yeah, I just put it down in the wrong section. Yeah, again, Panthers. There's just nothing really to... Without Bryce Young, I don't feel like there's nothing really to rave about over at the Carolina Panthers. And it hurts me to say that because my good man Stephen Curry is a big Panthers fan. But it sucks. So I'm taking the Jags. I think the Jags are a good team to look forward to, and it's going to be a great season for them.
I did not know that about Steph Curry. That is new information to me. Yeah, so that's 3 for the Jags. We're very similar on all of these picks so far, boys. There's going to be like 1 or 2 games that decides, I think, who wins this week. Moving on, this game should be another 3-0. It's the Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. Man, give me the Broncos. Number 1 defense, I think, in the league is going to be them this season. They're against a rookie quarterback, Cam Ward. I'm excited to see what he can bring to Tennessee. Everything I've heard about him, he sounds like he could be that guy to be their number 1 at the quarterback position for years to come. But his welcome to the NFL game being against one of the best defenses he's going to play in his life, it's a tough start, and I'm taking the Broncos. Fuck out of here, Tennessee. Key, who you taking?
Yeah, like you said, I feel like it's a unanimous pick. No Will Levis, no party. No, I'm just kidding. I think Cam Ward's going to be good, but I did recently see that they released or they waived a wide receiver that had played with Cam Ward in college and they had good chemistry. I think that's a big mistake. I think that's something that your quarterback needs. I think that's a good thing to have, and I think it's going to bite them in the butt. Not as much as it should, like not as much to make a big difference. But again, his first game being against the Denver Broncos, my defense on the fantasy draft, definitely not because Scott was going to take them. But my first pick defense, I think the Broncos are I think they're going to, they've got my guy, Dre Greenlaw, as well. I think they're going to be great. I think it's going to be an easy win. Another blowout.
Yeah. If Cam Ward can survive this game, I think he'll do pretty all right in the NFL. But that's a big question if he survives this game because, dang, you got one ferocious defense to start your NFL career. It's probably not going to look great to start. But like I said, if he can make it through the game, I think he'll be all right. Give me the Broncos in this one, though.
Easy picks there. Moving on. The next two games on the slate. We might see different opinions here. The next game is the San Francisco 49ers against the Seattle Seahawks at the Seahawks. Key, do you want to start us off being the 49ers fan, the resident San Francisco Niner?
I'm not as confident as I'd like to be in this game. I wish I could say, it should be 100% 0 Niners. But again, a lot of it is up in the air. Yes, we have a top 2 tight end in the league, arguably, in my opinion, top 2 tight end in the league. Our wide receiver room just isn't great. Like, it's decent. It's doable. Pause. It's decent. It's good. But it doesn't scream like other teams' rooms. Obviously, we have CMC running back. We have our backup. We just traded for. He's unbelievable. He's one of 2 gunshot victims in the past couple of years. Crazy work. I think
he's still in school. Sorry.
QB.
That was bad. My bad.
Can we include that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, I think Brock
Let's
at
back
QB.
up a little bit.
Yeah. Brock at QB is going to have another great year. He should have been in the top 100. I don't think that's even arguable. If Tua is in there, he should be there easily. But I think you take CMC out and you put Brock in there. I wouldn't be mad because obviously CMC didn't really play last year. So I think you add Brock up in there. I think the Seahawks are a decent team. And I don't know whether it's bias or not. But I just want a big blowout from the 49ers to show our division that we're not messing about and get an easy dub. Start the year well.
I don't think you'll see a blowout. I think this will be a closer game than some may think. The NFL or the ESPN Pick'em has it 78% Niners. So that's pointing where the public opinion is going. Q, where is your opinion going?
Same place, man. I really want to try to make things different here, but I'm looking at the 49ers getting all their pieces back and being in a way easier division. And I think I'm going to go with them to start the year. Plus, you can make the argument that Seattle kind of regressed a little bit with their offseason moves. Like, Sam Darnold had an amazing season last year, but that was because he had an incredible offense around him. So to have him going from Geno to Sam Darnold over in Seattle, I don't know if that's the correct move. And also going from DK Metcalf to Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp hasn't done a whole lot since his Triple Crown season, which was one of the best of all time. But I don't know if you can put his past 3 seasons together after that and even replicate what he did that year. And he's just been going down. Stats have been going down for the last 3 years. We'll see if he can revitalize himself a little bit. If Geno can revitalize himself in Seattle, I think the other guys can as well. But I'm going to stick with the 49ers on this one.
Well, it's down to me to be different again. So give me the Seattle Seahawks. At the Seahawks Stadium, you know about the 12th man over there. Sam Darnold, though, I fully expect him to shit the bed and cost me this pick. But they still have JSN from The Ohio State University. Don't forget that. Cooper Kupp is a great backup option. I mean, he's getting old now. Like you say, his production has gone down. There was some politics, I think, to his production over in the Rams with the play calling. However, he's still able to catch a ball if you give it to him. Let's see what Sam Darnold can do. I do also like this Seahawks defense too. I think the Seahawks have a solid defense. Leonard Williams, my guy on the D-line. Give me him for a sack in this game on Brock Purdy. But I do want to put respect on the 49ers, Key. I've got to say, George Kittle, absolute dog. Christian McCaffrey, if he can stay healthy, absolute dog. Brock Purdy, this is his year to show me that I'm wrong about him. I'm not convinced on Brock Purdy. I'm not convinced that he's a top 100 quarterback. Can he prove me wrong this year? We'll find out. Top 100 player, I mean in the NFL, not top 100 quarterback. He's definitely a top 100 quarterback in the NFL, I can tell you that. Oh, man. But I'm picking the Seahawks, man. Let me be different. And let me move on to the next game. Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers. Q will go to you. I think it's obvious who you're going to pick. The Pigskin Pick'em, though, has it 74% Lions. Who you taking, Q?
Well, I can't really move my camera around, but there's a big hole in the wall, brick wall that I ran through earlier watching the Packers hype up video, and I'm just so excited for this season, man. I was trying to tamper my expectations a little bit. I didn't want to be the delusional Packers fan that picks his team to win every single week just because he's a Packers fan. But we got Micah fucking Parsons, bro. Like, arguably Hall of Fame talent. People are calling him like Hall of Fame trajectory already. He's been in the league only 4 years. He's still only 26 years old. Yes, there were a couple injury concerns during the offseason here, but I think that's just being blown up more because it's such a big trade and people are trying to get clicks and being like, ooh, I don't know. But yeah, if we got Micah Parsons, I think we can do great things this year. The Detroit Lions, they lost both their coordinators and their interior of the offensive line got worse. We lost Kenny Clark, unfortunately, so our interior, the defensive line, is also a little bit worse. I think whoever wins that battle wins this game, but I trust our guys just a little bit more, and I'm going to go with the Packers.
I like it. You mentioned Micah Parsons there becoming a Green Bay Packer. 52.5 sacks in 4 years. You know, the only other man who's averaged that number in his first 4 years? Reggie freaking White.
I might have an idea.
Reggie freaking White. That is a Michael Parsons level. Like, that's where he's aiming. That's the trajectory, like you say, that he's on right now, is to have a career like Reggie White. And if it ends that way, then, you know, Hall of Fame is probably a guarantee. Key, who have you got for this one? Are you with Q in the Packers, or are you going with Detroit Lions? And what's my man's name? The head coach. Come on, boys. Stay with me now. Who's the head coach? Dan Campbell. Are you with Dan Campbell and the gritty Lions? Who you taking?
You know, when I first did the picks, the Micah trade, or as Jerry Jones says, the Michael Parsons trade, hadn't happened yet. I was dead set on the Lions with the win. The Lions offense is just undeniable. It's just Sonic and Knuckles. They just interchange. It's a great way, the way it's ran. This trading of sticks, to bring it in, it swayed me. It really has. I'd love to be different. I feel like me and Q are just gonna go pick for pick. But honestly, I'm a cheesehead. Word to Vince Lombardi. I'm taking Green Bay.
Word to Lil Wayne. See, with this pick, like he said, I made this pick before the Micah Parsons trade. We also made our preseason predictions before the Micah Parsons trade. It was actually just 6 hours after we recorded that video that Micah got traded. But that's sports, man. That's just how it goes. In that video, I had the Detroit Lions to win their division. And I said to Q, I think the Lions will finish with about 11 wins, maybe 12 wins, and the Packers finish with 10 or 11 wins. And that win, like, whoever wins the division will come down to the head-to-head between the Lions and the Packers. They've got to play each other twice this season, being division rivals. And I think whoever wins that head-to-head game will win the division. Now, this is in Green Bay. So as much as I want to be different and I want to back the Lions, I'm leaning Green Bay for this one. The home field advantage, I think, has such a big impact. Matthew Golden, I'm very surprised Q didn't draft him in our NFL fantasy draft, even though he got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jay Jettas, division rivals. He didn't get Matthew Golden, but I want to see this guy play. I've heard such good things about him. But that Detroit Lions, man, their offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff, put respect on his name, Sam Laporta, Demo to punch it in at the goal line. Keep an eye on Isaac Tesla, rookie for the Lions, wide receiver. He's had some big plays in the preseason, and he's a guy that they're excited about. Obviously, big coaching changes, like we mentioned, for the Lions. They lost Ben Johnson. He's now the head coach of the Bears. They lost Aaron Glenn. He is now the head coach of the Jets. Who's going to come in as the Lions' new offensive coordinator and play caller? Will he live up to the Ben Johnson name? Probably won't see as many trick plays this year because they had fucking Penei Sewell catching touchdowns last year in that Lions offense. I doubt we'll see that again. You know, last year they had 6 players, I think. 6 different non-receivers catch a pass last year. What the fuck are they doing? Jared Goff caught a ball for a touchdown last year, if you remember that. Anyway, you know what? Give me the Lions. I've just hyped myself up right now. Give me the Lions. Let me be different. I do think the home field advantage could sway this game for the Packers, though. But give me the Lions. Micah Parsons up against Penei Sewell. Give me the Detroit Lions. But I'm not even saying that with conviction. I think the Packers have got this one. Give me the Lions. Moving on. Houston Texans at the LA Rams. This should be a good game, man. I'm excited to watch this one too. There's so many good games for week 1. Football is well and truly back. The ESPN Pick'em has it 66% Rams, 34% Texans. I'm a big fan of the Texans, man. I think CJ Stroud is going to come back and have a bounce back year this year. He had a bit of a sophomore slump, as people would say, last year. Still made the playoffs because their division, full of bums, should easily win their division again. Nico Collins is set up for a big year. The running back position, I don't know who they've got in there. It was Chubb, right? Did they get Chubb at running back? Joe Mixon's.
Joe Mixon.
Yeah, Joe Mixon's injured, so he won't be playing in this one. The Texans defense, though, I think that's where it's at. Derek Stingley Jr., top 2 cornerback in the league, in my opinion. I think it goes PS2, then Derek Stingley. That guy is an absolute dog over there. Will Anderson Jr. on the defensive line, Daniil Hunter, they're big bodies. They're going to be trying to take down the LA Rams. Matt Stafford. Is he real? We still haven't come to that conclusion. Whether he's real, a clone, AI, Matt GPT, who's going to be there for the Rams come this game? Either way, I'm picking the Rams. I'm going with the Rams. I'm going with Matt Stafford, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua. Even though I do love this Texans team and I think they'll have a great season, it's at the Rams. Give me the Rams to win. Key, who you're taking in this matchup?
I think the Rams are a great team. Devontae Adams is a great pull, but I feel like it's just 1-for-1 with Cooper Kupp. I feel like you've just lost an aging wide receiver for another aging wide receiver. I think they are great. I think the
I'm
Texans
really sorry to interrupt, Key. I'm really sorry to do this. My mum has just sent me a text saying, "Enjoy the NFL tonight. Go Eagles." What the fuck? What the fuck?
Wow, mum.
I'm really sorry to interrupt, but that's just ruined me day. That what the fuck is she talking about? Go Eagles. Also, Giorgio Armani's just died. Anyway, I'm really sorry. Back to you, bro. I can't believe that. Go Eagles. Is she dumb or stupid?
Wow, even Scott's mum.
Well, that's your mom. That's your mom.
But I'm a Cowboys fan and she knows it. I literally said I'm getting a Cowboys jersey for Christmas this year. Anyway.
Scott's mum siding with me and Q. I respect it. I love it.
Yeah,
get her on.
Put her stats up next week. Put her stats up next week.
That's crazy. I might call her right now. Sorry, go on. You pick. Key's going with the Rams.
On show. I'm taking the Rams. I hate to pick against ex-defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans, but I'm taking the Rams.
I like him. He's a good guy. He's got them well drilled, well coached over there.
He's a big motherfucker.
I didn't know that, but shout out. Q, Who you got for this matchup, bro? You going Texans? You going Rams?
You know, we've been talking a lot about all these teams trying to be different, and I think I finally did it, man. This Rams team is very good. Their quarterback is a big question mark with his back injury, though, and if they get Will Anderson in there and he gets one good hit on Stafford, I don't know if he's going to be able to continue with all his reports. And man, I was thinking about it today. I was like, the Rams' defensive line is insane. The Texans' offensive line is insanely bad. But I already made my picks. I already put down my bets. I'm sticking to it. I'm going to go with the Texans on this one for an upset. I'm really excited to see C.J. Stroud bounce back and Nico Collins go off, and we'll just see how it goes. But I'm going Texans on this one.
I like it, man. You just mentioned there about O-lines. I just reminded me. Laramie Tunsil. The Texans have lost him. He's gone to the Commanders. Could we see Jared Verse have another Defensive Player of the Year type season after picking up Rookie of the Year last year? That's going to be exciting to see. But I just think these two teams right here, well coached, well drilled. Sean McVay, DeMeco Ryans. I like this matchup and I can't wait to watch this game. It should be fun. Like you say, that pass rush for the Texans, if they get a big hit on Matt Stafford, trigger that injury again. I don't even know who the Rams have at backup. Is it still Jimmy Garoppolo? I don't know. I don't even know who's there, but
Yeah, I think it is. Devontae tried to get away from him in Vegas, and they just keep coming back to each other.
oh man, let's move on.
Season.
That was the end of the Sunday fixtures. We're moving on to the Monday morning fixtures. Well, I guess it's still Sunday night, probably in America, but this is Monday morning, 1:20 a.m. Best believe I'm staying up for this one. The Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills. Need I say more? Who's going to win this game? Give me the motherfucking Ravens. Key, who you got?
You know what? Honestly, this was the only game that I was really like, I am so 50-50. It is beyond me. Like, I couldn't. You could tell me like each position band for band, and I honestly couldn't say, yeah, you know what? I prefer this team. I prefer that team. I did originally pick the Bills, but I just don't know. I really don't know. I'm a big Josh Allen guy. I'm a big fan of Josh Allen. I feel like I don't know how to explain it. I think I'm going to pick the Ravens.
Oh.
I think without mistakes, the Ravens beat the Bills. I think it's going to be another game without that dreaded Mark Andrews drop that we hate to see. I think the Ravens would have won that with ease. So I'm going to take the Ravens. But again, it was literally. So, yeah, I'm picking the Ravens.
Q, over to you.
Yeah, I think I trust the Ravens defense just a tiny bit more than Buffalo. But as long as there's no ref ball or anybody trying to mess up the game, like how we've seen with some of these games last year, I think this has the potential to be one of, if not the best game of the entire season, and it's only week 1. This is going to be potential AFC championship matchup. Both these guys are going to come in here pissed off about how the season ended last year. Lamar's going to be extra pissed off about how the MVP went last year, and I'm going Ravens on this one as well.
3 for the Ravens. I like it, man. The ESPN Pick'em has a 57% Bills. And when the sportsbooks open this line, the Ravens were 1 point underdogs. As of right now, they are 1 point favorites. So like you say, this really is a 50-50. It could go either way. Reigning MVP against the real MVP. It's going to be such a good game, man. It's at the Bills Stadium, which it does concern me. Bills Mafia are a crazy fan base. They get behind their team no matter what. Been watching Hard Knocks recently in the preseason. Some of those Bills Mafia stories are so funny. There was one guy in Hard Knocks who painted his whole house Bills colors because a Jets fan moved in next door and put a Jets flag outside. So he said, oh, you want to put a Jets flag outside? I'm going to paint my whole house Bills colors. Shout out to Bills Mafia, man. And I think this right here is a matchup and a rivalry that is going to be the new face of the NFL rivalry. Chiefs, fuck out of here. Like, the AFC for me is the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills, man. This is going to be the matchup that is going to decide who's going to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I think this right here, probably two best quarterbacks in the league right now. It's going to be fun to watch. Injury concerns for both teams, though, in this one, which is probably going to affect the game a little bit. Big injuries in the cornerback room for the Buffalo Bills. Tre'Davious White is dealing with something right now. They lost their first-round rookie draft pick. Hairston, I want to say his name was. He was supposed to be their guy to come in and be the new Tre'Davious White. Both of them ironically injured. I think White is out for a few games. I think Hairston might be out for even longer. Man, the Ravens dealing with injuries too. Jair Alexander just returned to the practice field yesterday. Q's guy. We'll see how Jair does in the Ravens defense this year. We drafted Malachi Starks for the safety position, though, with our safety doing his Achilles. He's out for the season. Offensive concerns too. Falele, the right guard. This guy is a fucking mammoth. He might not play in this game. That could affect the run game. Who's going to play at right guard to block for Derrick Henry, block for Lamar? Also, key mentions Mark Andrews. We played 12 personnel a lot last year with Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely on the field. Isaiah Likely, this guy can move like a wide receiver, but he's built like a tight end. One of my favorite players in the Ravens team. He's not going to play in this game. As of right now, he's on the injury report list. Probably not going to play. That's a big blow, but the Ravens just have weapons everywhere, man. Zay Flowers. You've got, I was going to say Jason Bateman. That's definitely not his name. That's the guy from Ozark. Rashad Bateman, my guy, deep threat. Pause. We brought in the experience of D-Hop, DeAndre Hopkins. Give me D-Hop from an anytime touchdown in this game. And give me the Ravens to win. Fuck out of here. Moving on to the final game of week 1. Minnesota Vikings at Chicago Bears. The new look Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson coming in from the Detroit Lions, the new head coach. They bring in Colston Loveland in the first round of the draft, the tight end who's going to fit into this Ben Johnson system, similar to how Sam Laporta did for the Lions. I expect to see him, big involvements from him in this offense. The Vikings, they've got Justin Jefferson, top 2-3 wide receiver in the league. Jordan Addison's out for this one. That's a big one. He's suspended. JJ McCarthy making his first start. He's basically a rookie. This is his rookie year. This is Ben Simmons. Will he perform like Ben Simmons? We'll have to wait and find out. Who you taking for this game, Key?
I feel like, is this even an argument, guys? Is this even a debate? I feel like, again, this one should be 79-21 is, again, 79% Vikings, 21% Bears. Is that just everyone thinking, I wonder how JJ McCarthy's going to perform?
I think it's a valid concern,
Surely
though.
it is. It really is. I just don't know. I feel like Jay Jettis is always open. He's like Jamar Chase. He's always open. As long as you can get it in his hands, he's always open. So I like Caleb Williams as well. I really do. I just think it's an easy pick for me. And I think the Vikings are going to take it.
Q, obviously division rivals.
Yeah.
Who have you got?
Yeah, I was kind of looking at the game in a similar vein. I'm not even really looking at the quarterbacks in this one. I'm looking at their support systems and what they got going on their respective offenses. And if you can put Sam Darnold back there and get 35 touchdowns, 3,500 yards, I think JJ will be all right over there. So I'm going to go with the Vikings. And we'll see, man. I hope Caleb Williams can step it up because I hate to compliment divisional rivals, but I liked him in college. I don't like him as a Bear, obviously, but we'll see how he can develop, and it's going to be a great game. I'm going Vikings on this one, though.
I think this should be a great game. Like we say, the pick 'em as it's 79% Vikings. Another position for me to be different, boys. I'm going with the Chicago Bears. This is just one of those positions where I'm feeling fired up. The Ben Johnson offense, let's see how Caleb Williams can perform in this system. They do have weapons over there in Chicago. DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift. Like I say, the rookie tight end Colston Loveland. I'm excited to see what he can do in this offense. The Vikings team, on paper, this screams to me this is a terrible pick and pick the Vikings. The Brian Flores-led defense over there for the Vikings, insane. They will blitz. They will get pressure on the quarterback. They've just got players in every position. You look at the offense, yeah, they've lost Jordan Addison for a few games. Jay Jettis, though, one of the best wide receivers in the league. TJ Hawkinson is there. Aaron Jones, a solid running back. But I'm not convinced on JJ McCarthy. Until you can show me something for why I should believe in you. I like the point that you made about if Sam Darnold can do it, anyone can. But let's just wait and see, bro. Let's wait and see. Give me the Bears, because I like to be different, and Ben Johnson has got me feeling nicey. This could backfire, though, and I never pick the Bears again for the rest of the season. We'll have to wait and see, and we will wait and see, because that's the final game of week 1. Boys, this was fun. Football is well and truly back, and I can't wait for it to start tonight. Cowboys and Eagles. I still can't believe my mother has just texted me saying, "Go Eagles." Read the room, you know? Anyway, boys, any final remarks before we sign off?
Go Niners.
I'm just so excited for this season, man. I wore the Pikmin shirt because it's going to be peak, man. And I'm just so excited.
NFL Pikmin. You see what I did there? That was bad. Let me throw out there, normally at the end of these episodes, we do a segment called Pick 6, where we pick 6 players to score a touchdown this week. We're not going to do that this week because I think it's too early to make calls or predictions, and also we're very limited for time, and I can't be asked editing it. But I do want to throw out there, because I'm looking for a gambling sponsor for this podcast, this show. Looking for any kind of sponsor, to be honest, so I can gamble with not my money. Gamble responsibly. Here's some numbers if you need help. I want to throw out there a same game parlay for you. We're going to the Baltimore Ravens game. I'm going to take the under on game points. It's at 50.5 right now. I think that's a high total. I'm taking the under for game points. I'm taking over 82.5 rushing yards for Derrick Henry. I think that number should be up in the 90s. 82.5 seems very low for Derrick Henry. I'm taking the over for him. I'm taking the under for Josh Allen passing yards. 238.5. Josh Allen is him, but who's he throwing to? Khalil Shakir's injured. Who else do they have over there? Josh Allen might have to just run every single play, QB draw every single play, and he's not going to get 240 passing yards. Also, we're going moneyline Baltimore Ravens. £10 returns £85. A nice little flip right there. Give me that same game parlay. I like it. It's got me feeling nicey, and I'm fired up for this season. Knock on wood if you're with me, boys. Anyway, I have nothing else to say. Do you boys have anything else?
No, man,
Nah.
just ready.
Ready for the season. We'll be back next week to review our week 1 picks. We'll be back next week for week 2 picks and possibly some more segments in the show. It's the first week back. Give us time to ease back into the season. Give us time to get fired up. If you have enjoyed this episode of the Nameless NFL show, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Rep your team. Let us know in the comments below who is your team. Who do you think is going to win the NFL picks this season? Make sure to join the Pick'em League, link down below. And with that being said, the real MVP, Lamar Jackson, 8 under the 9. That's an improper fraction. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes, and I'll catch you next time. Take it easy, people, man. Boys, what a fucking video, man.